hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited this new reading for the month of March that I'll be getting out. And I wanted to show you, I have here this thing around my neck because I still have the remnants of a cough from the flu. And it's okay, it's all right. And so what I'll be doing this month will be to lay the groundwork with my picture postcards that I've used before, as how I use the tarot, and with the same positions. Then I'll be highlighting one side of the spread with this lovely tarot of the obscure fables that helped, that really served me well last month for the February readings. And I'll be highlighting one half. The other half I'll be using excuse me, I'll be using the VERA SIBILLA cards. And this month I'll be taking the runes that were given to me. They're onyx, and they're very heavy. They're very heavy, so I use them sparingly, but they're very grounding. Let's go off to the readings. Oh, before I go, thank you, new subscribers, for joining me, and a big shout out to my old subscribers for sticking with me. It's a pleasure. On to the readings. Hi Leo, this is Christelle. This is your time for March, your turn for March. Let's see what is in store for Leo in the month of March. Let's see what's in store for Leo for the month of March. Let me show you these cards. This is these are olive trees. The Olive Trees by Vincent van Gogh. The Scream by Edvard Munch. The young woman reading a book of hours, reading a book of hours by Benson. This is Caravaggio's, this is Caravaggio Francisco of Zurburan, St. Francis in Meditation. And then we have here, this is so cute, I love this, By the Fence. Now, you come into the month and you're in a real mood of giving. You want to make peace with everyone. You don't want to leave any stone unturned, Leo. You want everyone in your midst to be happy with you, happy with the interaction that they have with you. You want to really mend fences, you want to mend bridges, you want to keep the peace, go back and make peace, and this is your desire. And the question ultimately, when you enter the month of March, can I do that? How can I do that? Is it possible to do that? And let me take one clarifier right on that. And then because why I'm clarifying it right off the bat is because I have here in the actions you take, I see that it's not as easy for you to go through those motions. You know, it's easy to think something, but it's a lot more difficult for you, Leo, in the month of March to do something. And here I have the Fool card. So you are naive in your projection there. Now, as I said, you know, the actions that you take are really not commensurate to the task. You're not equipped, not well equipped to be going around. You're not suited yet to be able to mend all the fences that you would like. Go and because you're a little naive in that sense. Not everyone will want to mend fences with you and rebuild bridges with you. Many things are left as they are, And the actions that you take will need to be a little more studied before you actually do take the steps. And the environment that you have around you is telling you that because everybody in your life, everyone, all of the roles that they have are quite unique. Okay, you have a mother, you have a grandmother, you have a mother-in-law, you have a neighbor, you have a son or a daughter or the daughter's boyfriend or girlfriend. There's everyone, your co-worker, male, co-worker, female, your boss. They all have certain roles. And for every person that you have to mend fences with or go over past terrain that you may have made mistakes, you need to be more aware of the possibility of doing it in a more suitable fashion. You need to take time and think about that before you take the action. Now, I'm going to take here two clarifiers of the this idea of being a little bit fearful as to what to say to whom and how can it be possible to study this process. This is the Empress. This is the Ten of Wands. And this is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, now we start by saying that the Empress is Venus, Taurus, and Libra. And we know that that is the end of November, the end of September. Was it the end of September, beginning of October? And it's announcing a long process of studying the strategies necessary. It seems like instead of being something you can take care of just in the month of March, it is going to be a quest. And a quest it will be because we're talking about the Knight of Pentacles, the heir of Earth. We're talking about a process that you have to extremely well plan. And it's not superficial by any means at all. There is here also the moon in Sagittarius with this Ten of Wands, and that too is a projection further down the end of the year. And it seems, and we'll be reading for that period when the time comes, between Libra and between Sagittarius. What did I say? The Ten of Wands is the Saturn in Sagittarius. Between Sagittarius and the Libra period is going to be very, very focused, a very focused period and a very in-depth period. We have to remember that. So do not try to be quick in judgment in moving forward in the way you interact with other people. Your emotional side here is going to be the area in the month of March where you feel you need something more. It's not enough for me to say, okay, I had an argument with John and John hates me, or I had a spat with Sue and Susan is no longer speaking to me because I didn't tell her I wasn't coming for dinner. She cooked dinner. And so these are superficial things. It's going to be something more of a serious, in-depth preoccupation of yours. You're going to ask yourself life-changing questions. You're going to ask yourself, does it matter that I commit to someone? What does commitment mean? What does it mean to be there all the time for someone? Is it possible to be there all the time for someone? Do I know how to love? Is love the answer to our specific problems? Can I cure and heal someone with my love? You know, these are really serious questions that you ponder in the month of March. and the changes that you would like and to start to let's say to begin in the month of March have to do with you seeing things from one perspective and then trying to get on the other perspective and seeing it in a reflected manner. And it's you don't feel that that's working, and it will not resolve itself in the month of March, as we saw further on down the line, because there is a necessary, how can I put it, process by which, Leo, you have to stop looking at things on the surface still, because those questions that have to do with love, will my love heal them? You're still asking about them, and it has more to do with you yourself. I'm going to take 3 Sibylla cards here on this spiritual jump, qualitative jump that you're trying to enact quickly, but it is a matter, it's going to take more time. Viaggio, the movement, the trip here, and stanza, the room, communication, that is really, and casa, the house. Now, this is so many layers we have here. First of all, there are those of you, and I'll separate these cases, there are those of you who are literally in a position of wanting to leave a relationship, wanting to leave the home, wanting to leave your status quo currently. There'll be communication about that. Or you can be on the receiving end of someone who wants to leave the house and wants to leave the relationship. But more so, I'm seeing it on a different level, the reading here. I'm seeing the reading as changing the underlying desire for you, Leo, to change what actually home means to you. Is love where my home is? Is it love that creates my home? Let me see if I can go to somebody else's house and feel at home because I love them. You know, there's this questioning about love over and over again. Now, the interesting part of this is the stanza, which are messages really, and is something new coming in. This is something that is going to be talked about. It's going to be something new that's going to crop up in the month of March. It will be a change that's being announced. And what the musings are here is you start this questioning of what is love, what is not love, can my love heal, because of this novelty that's going to come up, this news. And it's not going to be a negative piece of news, mind you. It's going to be a change that will be announced. And you really do want that yourself, whether you're on the receiving or on the creating end of it. Cast those runes. Ah, this beautiful nameless, faceless rune. The interesting part here, ladies and gentlemen, Leo friends, is that you are ready. You're absolutely ready to enact change. And you understand that there is the need for a qualitative, spiritual qualitative jump. But you want it to come when you can take hold of the situation, not control, but that you can take hold, that you can accompany the change. Again, Hagalas is here to tell you, yes, it's not a superficial reasoning process. It is something that needs to come from within. And the deeper the process goes, the more successful and the more joy it emerges from that process. Yeah, Thurisas is always there. It just hits us with like a hammer on our head to tell us of the importance of this process. And it's a sort of a rite of passage. You cannot not do it. It has to be gone through. Your journeying forward, your spiritual journey forward depends on that. And then there are here interesting things. There is the journeying forward, but the month of March, it's saying to us, they're telling us that it's not the month where it's going to be, where all of the answers will emerge. All right, this is just the start. As we saw, it's further down the line. It's a long process of reawakening, I can say. But Aljit's here, Bright Stave, is here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Leo friends, that any way you cut the cake, you will be protected, because as long as you are in a position of questioning, not blaming, but questioning and understanding, being in a position, in a stance of wanting to learn, to then be able to enact something new, as long as you're in that state of mind and stance, you are protected. Nothing will harm you. There is no harm here. Nothing will harm you, whatever your decisions are the month of March. Ladies and gentlemen, Leo friends, I hope this was of help to you. And until we read together again, namaste. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen, Leos.